I'm happy. I have a great life. I'm a good person. I live in a good way. And you know what? I have great friends and I can call somebody and go anywhere and do you know what I mean? Like those simple, I'm healthy.
He moved his belongings out of the house. The actor was also recently spotted visiting his ex-wife, Jennifer Garner, possibly seeking support. Ben has a key and can come and go as he pleases, spending a lot of time at her place, coming over for dinner and playing with the kids. An insider told Closer, the children enjoy having him around, and it's beneficial for his mental health. Jennifer Garner paid a visit to the home where her ex-husband has been living alone, without their children. The 52-year-old Electra actress appeared to be driving alone when she pulled into her ex-husband's Brentwood estate driveway. She leaned out of her car to enter the pin to access the gates. Garner, who was visiting Affleck's new residence on her own, was spotted bundled up in a black sweatshirt. She didn't seem to have any of their 3 children in her car when she went to Affleck's house.
And now it's J-Lo and Ben in You've Got Mail. Subject line, yo girl, remember me?
So Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez didn't just suddenly start hanging out together 2 weeks ago. He started reaching out to her in February, sending her emails.
The thing you discover, like you do with alcohol, is that there isn't enough alcohol in all the liquor stores in the world to fill up that thing. And in Jennifer's case, I don't think there's enough followers or movies or records or any of the stuff to still that part of you that still feels a longing and a pain. Ultimately, that's the work that you've got to do on your own.
Are reportedly trying to sell their home amid rumors that they are getting a divorce. It's the Beverly Hills mansion they bought together after they got married. TMZ released this exclusive article today. Multiple sources tell the outlet that J-Lo and Ben are using a realtor named Santiago Arana from the agency to sell the home that they bought a little over a year ago. At the time, the newlyweds bought the mansion for just over $60 million. TMZ had previously reported that Ben Affleck had already moved out of their house and into a rental in Brentwood, and sources tell the outlet that J-Lo is already looking for a new house. They say the realtor has been showing their house for around 2 weeks. So far, there are no buyers. The outlet reports that J-Lo and Ben are asking for around $65 million for the house, and they're insisting that J-Lo and Ben are really headed for divorce. They have been seen together amid the rumors that they are splitting up, and none of this has actually been confirmed by J-Lo or Ben. As much as some people dislike Jennifer Lopez, divorce is just so hard, so I'm wishing them both the best. Do you think they're actually headed for a divorce, or is this all just speculation? Let me know your thoughts down below and follow me for more celebrity and entertainment news.
You can, in the morning, you can either be making breakfast for your kids, making their lunch boxes, or you can be getting paparazzi ready. And so, you know, I know which way I'm gonna go.
When I was reunited with the love of my life and we decided we were gonna be together forever.
One thing you can always trust in, oh God, family.
We do our best. We do try our best.
You don't need to worry about Ben. Let me just tell you.
That they were seen in public together in, more than a month.
Yeah, 47 days.
47 days. The flowers were not for Ben, but they both showed up with flowers. They went to go see one of Ben's kids was starring in a play last night, a school play, and Jen was there as well with Emmy, and they all went in together as a family, and they went and saw the play, and then afterward, Ben drove Jen and Emmy home to Beverly Hills.
Okay, we're not doing that. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you.
You know better than that.
Come on, don't come in here with that energy, please.
Choose that.
Well, there was a solid decade where there were 5 or 6 cars minimum, and easily up to 15 or 20 on the weekends outside of my house at all times. And looking back on that, I really feel the stress of it. I could cry.
That they were seen in public together in, more than a month.
Yeah, 47 days.
47 days. The flowers were not for Ben, but they both showed up with flowers. They went to go see one of Ben's kids was starring in a play last night, a school play, and Jen was there as well with Emmy, and they all went in together as a family, and they went and saw the play, and then afterward, Ben drove Jen and Emmy home to Beverly Hills.
I just said to my kids, show me the articles that prove that social media is good for teenagers, and then we'll have the conversation.
Oh my gosh.
Find scientific evidence that matches what I have that says that it's not good for teenagers, then we'll chat.
And how do they feel at this point?
My eldest is grateful.
Wow.
See, and
you
we'll
just gotta
see.
be in the long haul, though.
I mean, it's a long haul. I have a couple more to go, so just knock on wood. We'll see if I really hang in there.
Being the child of famous parents is really not something that many people can understand, and I feel for them for that, because they didn't. My kids were at that age where they were like challenging the status quo and really, you know, kind of looking at you. And now it's not all like hearts and flowers anymore. Now it's kind of like, you know, why are you telling me to do that? I don't want to do that. You know, just like constantly kind of the push and pull of being a teenage mom.
Is that Max or Remy? Who's the most challenging?
Both of them. Both of them are.
Oh my gosh.
Find
Facts.
scientific evidence that matches what I have that says that it's not good for teenagers, then we'll check
When
it.
you say you don't drink at all? You just drink?
No, I'm not a drinker. I just never started. It was another one of those things my mom just never, you know, was like, don't drink, don't do drugs, you're gonna die. I'm like, okay. You know, it's just like in my head.
Hey, Jennifer. It's Jennifer Garner to the rescue as she descended on Ben Affleck's home and staged an intervention after her ex apparently fell off the wagon.
Can you guys please do me a favor? Yes. Just out of respect.
I could cry talking.
I'm 48, and I called my parents and said, Dad, I'm gonna pierce my ears. And he said, okay, Jennifer. But let's see. We didn't wear makeup. We didn't have our nails painted. We were very good girls.
My mom was narcissist, center of attention, you know, life of the party type person. I got very used to being around people like that. The combination of the two of those things set me on a course to be with those type of people. What I started to realize was I'm comfortable with this, but I don't like this.
Selfish.
This is not what I want. This just looks like a dead chicken.
And she doesn't even try to hide her annoyance. Fans fell in love with J-Lo for being Jenny from the block. But according to her employees, it's all a mask. And underneath it is a pretentious woman who treats service people like dirt.
I want something real.
And it's easy for her to offend her colleagues and even those closest to her. But is she really that bad?
Like, actually get mentioned enough, if I could just end on one thing, is that Jen is a producer on this movie. And the reason why I'm here and the reason why Sterling was in this beautiful movie is because Jen cares. And Jen cares about things like representation and diversity. And she's a boss. And she's an incredible creative and an icon, and that's what I think we should celebrate her for today.
Well, that was quick. Apparently, Ben and Jen are already on the outs again, after less than 2 years of marriage.
Love in some ways.
Yeah.
But then they realized there was difficulty, and maybe, you know, they've grown apart. They're two completely different people.
And this is like their one public outing in weeks, because he didn't even come support her at the Met Gala when she was a co-chair. So like, obviously this was planned, and it's just so fun.
Can you give some space?
And Ben Affleck.
Oh, that's there.
Well, she's sniffing. I think she does taste his drink, but she
Really?
grabs it. People are assuming to think that to ensure it didn't have alcohol in it.
Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez at the shotgun wedding party.
Yeah, he's like, I promise it doesn't have alcohol.
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are reportedly selling their home amid breakup rumors. According to multiple outlets, the couple's Beverly Hills home, which they bought together back in May of 2023 for $60.8 million, has been quietly placed on the market.
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are clearly in a rough patch in their marriage of, less than 2 years at this point, because we know they are living in separate households right now.
I got back together, it was just like, I want to make music again. I want to get back in the studio. I was very, very inspired. And when I think about, I was like, the same way This Is Me then captured that moment in time without me realizing it. The first time we kind of fell in love, I wanted to capture this moment in time.
And now it's J-Lo and Ben in You've Got Mail. Subject line, yo girl, remember me?
So Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez didn't just suddenly start hanging out together 2 weeks ago. He started reaching out to her in February, sending her emails.
I've always, for better or for worse, have followed my heart and my instincts. And This is where it brought me to.
Why are people always worried about what face Ben has on? Like if Ben walks out the house.
The thing you discover, like with alcohol, is that there isn't enough alcohol in all the liquor stores in the world to fill up that void. In Jennifer's case, I don't think there are enough followers, movies, records, or any of that stuff to still the part of you that feels longing and pain. Ultimately, that's the work you have to do on your own. And now it's JLO and Ben in You've Got Mail subject line. Yo girl, remember me. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez didn't just suddenly start hanging out together 2 weeks ago. He started reaching out to her in February, sending her emails. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are reportedly trying to sell their home amid rumors that they are getting a divorce. It's the Beverly Hills mansion they bought together after they got married. TMZ released an exclusive article today with multiple sources telling the outlet that JLO and Ben are using a realtor named Santiago Arana from the agency to sell the home they bought a little over a year ago. At the time, the newlyweds bought the mansion for just over $60 million. TMZ had previously reported that Ben Affleck had already moved out of their house and into a rental in Brentwood. Sources tell the outlet that JLO is already looking for a new house. They say the realtor has been showing their house for around 2 weeks, but so far, there are no buyers. The outlet reports that JLO and Ben are asking for around $65 million for the house and insist that JLO and Ben are really headed for divorce. They have been seen together amid the rumors that they are splitting up, but none of this has actually been confirmed by JLO or Ben, despite some people's dislike of the situation. Jennifer Lopez's divorce is proving to be quite challenging, and I'm wishing both her and Ben the best. Do you think they are truly heading for a divorce, or is this merely speculation? Share your thoughts in the comments and follow me for more updates on celebrity and entertainment news. They haven't been seen together in public for over a month, 47 days to be exact. Interestingly, the flowers Jennifer was carrying were not for Ben, but both of them showed up with flowers. They attended a school play where one of Ben's kids had a role. Jennifer was there with her child, Emmy, and they all attended the play as a family. Afterward, Ben drove Jennifer and Emmy back home to Beverly Hills. I recently told my kids to show me articles that prove social media is beneficial for teenagers, and then we could have a conversation. I asked them to find scientific evidence that contradicts the studies I have, which indicates social media is not good for teenagers. My eldest is actually grateful for this stance. It's important to think long-term. Parenting is a long haul, and I have a couple more kids to guide, so fingers crossed that I can stay the course. Being the child of famous parents is a unique experience that not many can understand. I empathize with them because they didn't choose this life. There was a decade when we had a minimum of 5 or 6 cars, sometimes up to 15 or 20, parked outside our house on weekends. Reflecting on that, I feel the stress it caused and could cry thinking about it. I'm 48 now, and I remember calling my parents to tell them I was going to pierce my ears. My dad's response was simply, "Okay, Jennifer." We didn't wear makeup or paint our nails. We were very well-behaved girls. My mom was a narcissistic, life-of-the-party type person, which got me accustomed to being around such personalities. This combination set me on a path where I often found myself with similar people. Eventually, I realized that while I was comfortable in such environments, I didn't like it. It felt selfish and wasn't what I wanted. Jennifer has a reputation for being Jenny from the block, but according to some of her employees, it's just a facade. Beneath it, she is seen as a pretentious woman who doesn't treat service people well. I want something genuine. And while it's easy for her to offend her colleagues and even those closest to her, is she really that bad? My kids were at that age where they were challenging the status quo, looking at you differently. Now, it's not all hearts and flowers anymore. It's more like, why are you telling me to do that? I don't want to do that. It's a constant push and pull of being a teenage mom. Is it Max or Remy who's the most challenging? Both of them, my gosh. Find scientific evidence that matches what I have, showing it's not good for teenagers. Then we'll check it. When you say you don't drink, you mean not at all? No, I'm not a drinker. I just never started. It was another one of those things my mom was strict about. Don't drink. Don't do drugs. You're going to die. So I just didn't. Hey, Jennifer, it's Jennifer Garner to the rescue as she descended on Ben Affleck's home and staged an intervention after her ex apparently fell off the wagon. Can you guys please do me a favor, out of respect, give some space to Ben? She's sniffing his drink because she grabs it, and people assume she's checking if it has alcohol in it. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez at the shotgun, he's like, I promise it doesn't have alcohol in it. In the morning, you can either be making breakfast for your kids, making their lunch boxes, or getting paparazzi ready, and I know which way I'm going to go. When I was reunited with the love of my life, and we decided to be together forever, one thing you can always trust is family. We do our best. You don't need to worry about Ben. Let me tell you, they were seen in public together more than a month ago. 47 days to be exact. The flowers were not for Ben, but they both showed up with flowers. They went to see one of Ben's kids starring in a school play last night. Jen was there with Emmy, and they all went in together as a family. Afterward, Ben drove Jen and Emmy home to Beverly Hills. Okay, we're not doing that. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you. You know better than that. Come on, don't bring that energy in here. Something that doesn't get mentioned enough is that Jen is a producer on this movie. The reason I'm here, and why Sterling was in this beautiful movie, is because Jen cares about representation and diversity. She's a boss, an incredible creative, and an icon. And that's what we should celebrate her for today. Well, that was quick. Apparently, Ben and Jen are already on the outs again after less than 2 years of marriage. They realized there was difficulty, and maybe they've grown apart. They're two completely different people, and this is their first public outing in weeks because he didn't even support her at the Met Gala when she was a co-chair. This was obviously planned. It's just so funny. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are reportedly selling their home amid breakup rumors. According to multiple outlets, the couple's Beverly Hills home, which they bought together in May 2023 for $6.8 million, has been quietly placed on the market. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are clearly experiencing a rough patch in their marriage of less than 2 years, as they are currently living in separate households. After getting back together, Lopez felt inspired to return to music and the studio, wanting to capture the moment just like she did with This Is Me, Then, which documented the first time they fell in love. This time, it's J.Lo and Ben in You've Got Mail, with the subject line, Your Girl, Remember Me. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez didn't just start hanging out 2 weeks ago. He began reaching out to her in February, sending her emails. Affleck has always followed his heart and instincts, leading him to reconnect with Lopez. However, people seem overly concerned with his demeanor, interpreting his expressions as a sign of their relationship status. The drama surrounding J.Lo and Ben Affleck's messy separation has taken another turn with rumors of Ben reconciling with his ex-wife, Jennifer Garner. Although some sources claim there's nothing romantic between Ben and Garner, the two have been spending significant time together since Ben moved out of J.Lo's residence. There are even whispers that they recently took a secret vacation together. Unsurprisingly, J.Lo is not handling this well. Sources indicate she was enraged upon seeing photos of Ben appearing happy and relaxed with Garner, in contrast to his seemingly miserable demeanor around J.Lo, even on the red carpet. Instead of moving on, J.Lo is reportedly seeking revenge, aiming to claim half of Ben's assets. Insiders suggest she felt Ben was mooching off her during their brief marriage, with her funding their lavish lifestyle. However, her pursuit of his fortune seems driven more by anger over his renewed closeness with Garner. J.Lo allegedly put in significant effort to keep Ben and Garner apart, despite publicly maintaining a facade of a harmonious blended family. She has subtly undermined Garner ever since reuniting with Ben in early 2021. In her new documentary, ironically titled The Greatest Love Story Never Told, J.Lo took veiled jabs at Garner, implying Ben was always fantasizing about J.Lo during his marriage to Garner. Fans criticized J.Lo for this, especially considering Garner and Ben's 3 kids. Publicly suggesting that their father never loved their mother is seen as particularly cruel. Additionally, sources close to Garner claim J.Lo tried to undermine Garner's parenting whenever Garner's kids were with J.Lo, reportedly disregarding their mother's rules and boundaries. Now, J.Lo's attempt to claim half of Ben's money, which he likely intended for his kids, has sparked further outrage among fans who feel she is showing her true colors. As for the rekindled connection between Ben and Garner, it's worth examining whether they are genuinely considering getting back together or simply maintaining a friendly relationship as exes. This possible reconciliation could be fueling JLO's alleged revenge plot against Ben. Rumors are swirling that Ben and Garner have reconnected and are spending substantial time together amid Ben's separation from JLO. Although J.Lo and Ben have yet to officially announce their divorce, sources close to the couple confirm they have been separated for months. While J.Lo has been traveling and posting alluring photos, Ben has been with his ex-wife and the mother of his 3 kids, Jennifer Garner. Jen Garner has been dropping hints on Instagram that suggest Ben may have returned to her. She recently shared a poem by Cleo Wade titled, "It Gets Better," featuring lines about forever being the only thing that lasts forever. Shortly after, she posted a video of Whitney Houston singing, "Where Do Broken Hearts Go?" which includes lyrics like, "Where do broken hearts go? Can they find their way home? Back to the open arms of a love that's waiting there?" These posts seem to imply that Jen Garner might be ready to welcome Ben back, despite his failed marriage with J.Lo. After her divorce from Ben in 2017, Jen Garner began dating entrepreneur John Miller, and they've had an on-again, off-again relationship. However, they haven't been seen together recently, and sources suggest Jen Garner quietly ended things with Miller once she learned of Ben and J.Lo's separation. Jen Garner was the first to step up and support Ben amid his marital woes with J.Lo. Since Ben moved out of the mansion he shared with J.Lo, Jen has been frequently spotted visiting him at his rental home in Brentwood, conveniently close to her own house. Given their co-parenting responsibilities, it's no surprise that Jen and Ben maintain a close relationship. However, the rumor mill is abuzz with whispers that Ben and Jen have been spending a lot of time together alone, rekindling old romantic feelings. Jen Garner might be the only woman with whom Ben genuinely seemed happy, and they both have admitted it was love at first sight. Ben has publicly confessed that divorcing Garner is his greatest regret, though his addiction issues overwhelmed him back then. Now that Ben is sober, he's reportedly rethinking his past decisions and feeling nostalgic about his marriage to Jen. Sources claim Jen never truly stopped loving and caring for Ben, and with them spending so much time together now, anything could happen. Ben recently shared that he feels at ease around Jen because they both enjoy a quiet life and fiercely guard their privacy. In contrast, J.Lo thrives in the spotlight. Ben even mentioned in J.Lo's documentary that she craves attention and seeks external validation. Ben reportedly grew weary of J.Lo sharing every detail of their marriage with the public, focusing more on their image than on nurturing their relationship. One would think J.Lo learned her lesson after their first engagement ended in 2004 due to media scrutiny. She later said this drama sent her into a downward spiral, calling it the biggest heartbreak of her life. When J.Lo and Ben reconnected in 2021, many believed they were destined to be together. J.Lo herself claimed she knew Ben was the one, and that this time it would last forever. However, if she knew that media attention had ruined their relationship the first time, Why would she make a documentary about their love life, revealing intimate details? Ben's comparison of her need for attention to his addiction seems quite fitting now. Ben's friends are reportedly encouraging him to move on from JLO and consider giving his relationship with Jen another shot. One of these friends is his best friend, Matt Damon, who never warmed up to JLo and kept his distance during her marriage to Ben. It's no secret that Matt Damon and JLo were never close, despite her marriage to his best friend. Both Matt and his wife, Luciana, kept JLo at a distance, being private and protective of their family. They wanted no part of the media circus that surrounds JLo. Sources close to Matt revealed that he despised the way JLo treated Ben and worried she might push him back into addiction. According to a source who spoke to OK magazine, Matt was always cautious about Ben's marriage to JLo. He believed reconnecting with JLo was a mistake from the start and had serious reservations about BenAffleck 2.0 since the beginning. The source said he's tried to be publicly supportive for Ben's sake, but he hates the way JLo treats his buddy and can no longer stay silent. The tension between Matt and JLo reportedly peaked when he saw that JLo wasn't taking Ben's sobriety seriously, especially after she launched her own alcohol brand. It's perplexing why JLo would enter the alcohol business given her previous claims of disliking alcohol and rarely drinking, especially knowing she was living with a recovering alcoholic. Of all the business ventures JLo could have invested in, she chose to launch her own alcohol brand, which infuriated Matt Damon. Sources close to Matt revealed that he tried to warn Ben against reconnecting with JLo, but Ben didn't listen, leading to a brief falling out between the friends. The source mentioned, when Matt started giving Ben advice, he totally blew up. It feels like history repeating itself because 20 years ago, they stopped talking for the exact same reason. Matt's primary concern now is to ensure Ben doesn't relapse, which is why he's encouraging Ben to stay close to Jen Garner, who has always been a calming influence on him. Despite being discreet and avoiding tabloid drama, sources say Jen is no pushover and had to confront JLo for undermining her parenting. So, what exactly did JLo do to provoke Jen Garner? According to reports, when rumors of JLo and Ben's marital issues first surfaced last year, there were claims that JLo was trying to turn Jen's kids against her and undermine her parenting efforts. Allegedly, JLo couldn't stand how well Ben and Jen Garner still got along. Some reports even suggested that JLo's sources ran to the tabloids to criticize Jen Garner's strict parenting style, claiming that Ben and Jen's kids preferred JLo and spent more time with her than with their mother. JLo reportedly allowed Jen's kids to do whatever they wanted, ignoring Jen's parenting rules. Despite Jen's efforts to give JLo the benefit of the doubt, it became clear that JLo's actions were straining their ability to maintain a friendly relationship. Jen Garner, who has always prioritized her kids' privacy, found herself constantly battling the paparazzi who were eager to capture Ben at his lowest moments. Unlike JLo, Jen Garner has never sought media attention and worked hard to shield her kids from Hollywood's chaos. However, JLo wasn't pleased with Jen Garner's continued presence in Ben's life and allegedly began subtly undermining her parenting. Garner grew increasingly frustrated with JLo's attention-seeking behavior, fearing it would negatively impact her kids. Garner reportedly felt that JLo was undoing years of her parenting efforts and disregarding the rules she had set for her kids. Jen Garner has always been vocal about wanting to keep her kids out of the spotlight. She believes in setting clear rules and boundaries influenced by her own upbringing by strict parents, which she credits for keeping her grounded in Hollywood. When Jen's 3 kids started spending a lot of time with JLo and Ben, she reportedly felt that JLo might be influencing them in ways that clashed with her parenting style. There were even concerns that JLo was deliberately trying to turn the kids against her and undermine the values she had worked so hard to instill. Now, with reconciliation rumors between Jen Garner and Ben Affleck swirling, Sources say JLo is seething with anger and jealousy and is out for revenge against Ben, even if it affects his kids. JLo isn't planning to let Ben off the hook without some serious payback. Sources suggest she's seeking financial retribution from Ben, targeting his $150 million fortune. An insider close to JLo revealed that she feels entitled to compensation because she covered most of their expenses during their brief marriage. The insider told Radar Online one of the little-known secrets is Jennifer paid for much of their marital expenses, and now she feels he owes her. She's adding up all those private jet bills she put on her card, the hotels, meals, clothes, coffee runs, and gas. The high cost of living was funded primarily by JLo. She paid the lion's share for their $60 million mansion. According to sources, the rumored split after just 2 years of marriage has made JLo realize just how much Ben has to offer, and now she's determined to get her payback. She's demanding a full inventory of what she spent versus what he spent and wants all her money back. The source explained she isn't the one who gave up on their marriage, and she's feeling seriously burned and is out for blood. If he had stayed in the marriage like a good boy, she wouldn't have minded, but he abandoned her. Ultimately, Jennifer always gets payback, and now she's ready to play hardball. However, other sources suggest that JLo's revenge plot isn't about Ben not pulling his weight financially. Apparently, she's fuming because he's reconnected with Jennifer Garner. She views this as a huge betrayal and is looking for any way to make Ben pay for it. Fans have weighed in, suggesting this just proves that JLo is a narcissist who cares more about her image than her partners or even her kids. One fan commented, "She'll destroy him if she can't have him. She's the typical narcissist, and his bad decision to marry her has him literally paying the price now." Another fan added, "She's demanding this because she's embarrassed at this outcome after her movie about them having the greatest love story. Sharing the love letters sealed the deal. I'm sure Jennifer Garner and their daughters didn't appreciate finding out he was whispering sweet nothings in JLo's ear while still being married." The narrative of the greatest love story has turned cold, and many fans believe JLo is seeking revenge because of her wounded pride and Ben's reconnection with Jen Garner. What do you think about JLo going after Ben's money and allegedly demanding half of his fortune? Do you believe she's only doing this because she's bitter about Ben and Jen Garner reconnecting? Share your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned for our next video.